a Bethelite, and his name is Johnny. That's the name he's going by. I'm sure that's not his real name. But Johnny is willing to come on and talk to us tonight, right from Bethel, right from ground zero. He's hiding in a closet there, so no one will connect with him. That's what the Watchtower does to people. They make people very frightened, but we're so thankful that Johnny's willing to come on and talk to us. Now, here's an excellent opportunity, friends, to come on and speak with Johnny. Maybe something's on your mind. Maybe you have a question. What's going on at the World Headquarters? Is there something that you'd like to ask Johnny? Right now is an excellent time to do it. And all you have to do is muster up the courage, hit *1 on your telephone pad. That'll bring you in. Go ahead, ask Johnny a question. Go ahead, please.
Johnny?
Yes?
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned earlier about the green Bible. You call it the reptile Bible. Is that the Bible that shows the dinosaur in the inner cover?
No, this is the Bible before the New World Translation.
Oh, it wasn't the New World Translation?
It was right before the New World Translation. Probably the Bible my grandmother had. All I know is all green on the outside. We call it the Reptile Bible.
Oh, okay. Did you ever see that New World Translation I'm referring to that shows the dinosaur along with humans in the inner cover?
Yeah, I've seen one of those before.
Oh, okay then. My other question is, you were talking about the obsession with the subject of masturbation.
Oh yeah.
I know of about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I was listening in on a hookup to a service meeting, and during the service meeting, it was no, I'm sorry, if it wasn't a service meeting, it might have been the school, the theocratic school. I'm not sure which one it was, but the subject of oral sex and anal sex came up right during the congregation meeting. I don't know if you remember that, but I felt really bad about that because I have grandchildren that attend the meetings, and the oldest is only 7 years old. I was wondering where was that coming? Where does that come from?
Well, there's two thoughts to that. Okay.
Okay.
One school of thought is in the Mosaic Law. We know that back then, when they would read the Mosaic Law out loud, they would read even the vulgar parts. You know, whether it be about menstruation, things about sex. Even back then, when you weren't allowed to, as they say, spill your mandrakes upon the floor. Things like that. When they would speak about things like that, they put it in that sense that if back then everybody from newborns to any age were allowed to hear it, then children of all ages should be informed about sex and what's right and what's wrong and so on and so forth. Now, then there's the other people who think that there's also, which I also believe, about appropriateness, and also about if someone's going to talk about sex, I want it to be, my father, my mother, hence, so on and so forth, Yeah. But it had to go because there was a lot of, I know there was a lot of problems when I was a teenager with everybody thinking that you can do oral sex and anal sex and it's not sex and it's fine and, whatever. Yeah, it's not fornication. You can, it's not fornication. It's a loophole, So the minute that they saw them doing what they were doing, and then they started coming in and stuff like that was happening, they squashed it. They're like, this is wrong. But the thing is, see, and on top of that, they also hit on marriage,
Right.
And what you can and cannot do in the bedroom with your wife.
The bedroom law.
Yeah, but also the thing that I always go back to, and I know I go back to that, is in the OD book and also in the Inside book, it says that the elders cannot police what you do in your marriage, what you do in your bedroom, as long as what you do does not defile your wife or does not make her feel defiled in any way, or you did not force anything upon your wife. It is something that is clean. And that's personally the way I see it. for them, if they want to, I wouldn't be surprised if they want to control every little aspect of what, I mean, if the fact they have me looking at people's Facebooks and telling them what everybody's doing. I've gone as far as, the teenagers that are in my hall, that are like 13, 14, I, check their AIM accounts and look at their messages and things like that and see what they're doing, and then report back to the elders and the overseers and stuff like that. What privacy would you have? You know, if they control everything. But yeah, the masturbate. I think personally that in a way I understand that they think, like in the Mosaic Law, that it was okay to speak to whoever it needs to be spoken to. But in another way, I also believe that I wouldn't, if I had a child, I wouldn't want him to know about anal sex and oral sex when he's 3, 4 years old. I personally wouldn't. And if it ever would come up, I would tell him what it is. It wouldn't be something that's coming from the platform. It would be, a father to son type thing.
Do you remember what I was referring to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Well, I appreciate your courage on coming on tonight.
No, not a problem.
And by the way, about the Bible, this is Brock. About the Bible, the only green Bible was the New World Translation from 1968, and that's referred to as the Green Dragon. Before that, they had an NRSV and a King James, which came in a fabric cloth. I have those Bibles. I have every one. So I don't know that there was a green one before that.
Well, the reason why I was asking about the dinosaur, and it shows also Adam and Eve on the same page, and archaeology does not verify that man existed during the time of dinosaurs. So that's why I was wondering if anybody remembered that.
Yeah, well, I see it right now. It's on the center left-hand side. There's a dinosaur.
Yeah, see, I've been trying to tell everybody about that, and I don't have a copy of it, and no one seems to remember it.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was no. That's a big debate. That's a debate that still goes on until now.
Hey, John, this is Rick Farron here. I got some thoughts to ask you here concerning your job at Watchtower. So your job, you're an IP, you're an Internet expert, so to speak, for them. So what do they instruct you to do? What's your daily task there?
First of all, I'm giving congregation lists, right? I'm giving names of youths and adults who are in the hall who are not elders and things like that. And I go scour the Internet for their names. I look for MySpace, Facebook pages, and then after that I look for through that I get their IP address and I get their aims and all that other stuff. I look for inappropriate material. If there's anything inappropriate, I'm supposed to send it back to their elders and so on and so forth. Also, I look for what they call radical websites, who will be a threat to the Watchtower.
So, in other words, your job is to monitor the Internet,
basically,
see what people are doing on there. I mean, that can be quite, that can be hurtful at times to you, I'm sure, because you're saying, wow, I'm eavesdropping on people. And then who do you report this to? If you find something on Facebook that's kind of inappropriate and a witness is on there, so who would you report that to, John?
I report it to my overseer, and my overseer reports it to the governing body.
And what's the governing body do with it?
The governing body sends it to the appropriate elders or overseers, circuit overseers or presiding overseers, and they decide what to do with it. I mean, sometimes some of the things are outlandish, Sometimes the things that you find are they kicked themselves in the head with this one because we found a pedophile who was an elder who we thought was one of the kids in the hall, right? We thought he was one of the children in the hall who was talking to the girls in the hall. He was using his son's screen name to talk to these girls in the hall and asking them intimate questions and things like that and asking for pictures. The way that we got it was through the times of the emails and text messaging. He was in school at the time, and he goes to a private school, junior high school. He has no access he has no cell phone, no nothing. So when these things came home, the elder was home, and the elder was the one who was getting the pictures of the half-naked pictures of these girls and of these underage girls and things like that, and that became, a very big problem, So they ended up putting their own foot in their mouth with that one. But
so every day, and then when we report to work, your job basically is getting on the internet and looking around for suspicious activity on the part of witnesses. And I mean that how many Bethelites do that? Are you the only one? Or is there more?
No, there's a team of us. There's a team of about 10 to 20 of us who do it. But the thing is, I may be one of the best ones, but I'm getting sick of it. Like, it's getting. I mean, I personally believe in privacy very, very much. Sometimes you just don't want to see these things constantly.
Well, would you say there's a lot more activity? Is a lot of witnesses that no longer believe this? I mean, what do you extract from the internet?
From what I extract is there's a lot of people who are, believe it or not, there's not a lot of people doing a lot of. There's more people scared that I've seen than people that are sinning, that are doing sins, who are fornicating or doing whatever. There are more people who are scared. I see more emails of parents talking to kids or kids talking to parents, pleading with each other. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do, because if I leave, I know that I'm going to lose either my kids or my family, or vice versa. The kids say I'm going to lose my family. They're never going to talk to me ever again. And a lot of it is fear, or they're saying the elders are intimidating me to say that I saw this when I didn't see this. And it's very dark. It's very, very dark. We sympathize. In fact, we have some empathy too, Johnny, because it's a very difficult job you're in, because it's like two lives. You know they're wrong, but at the same time you're doing these things. But we applaud you for at least speaking up here tonight. Now, so what are some of the most dangerous sites, if you would, that they're monitoring and watching on the internet? Well, of course, the silent lambs are always being monitored constantly. They always want to know where they're going to pop up, and when they're going to be picketing and when they're going to be doing that. They used to also monitor very much something called Open Room Ministry. And there was one called XJW Forum, which had a lot of people. As a matter of fact, it had a lot of regular brothers who were still in the truth who were in it. But those were the three top ones they were doing. They also look at, from time to time, they monitor your website as well, from time to time, because they know for a fact.
So they're watching watching the 6 screens of the Watchtower.
Yeah, but you see, in the way that was a blessing in disguise, or else I would have been still, doing my job and whatever. Personally, it was after I saw what you went through and what they put your wife through, it really hit home.
So the 6 screens actually helped you then, John?
Oh yeah. It really did, and I'm sure that it helped a lot of other ones as well.
Well, that's
hello, Rick.
Yes.
Hey, John. John, this is Mary again.
Hey, Mary.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I tried email.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you able to hack into, like, say, Jehovah forum and such? If people, is it easy to? Yes.
Yes. It's easy, but we don't hack into those websites because they're what's considered a private server.
Yes.
And they connect to individual people.
Mhm.
But since they consider they fear Jehovah's Witnesses, this is what I don't understand as well. They consider it a crime to hack into those websites, but it's not a crime to hack into Facebook of actual witnesses, because the minute that you become a Jehovah's Witness, you become part of an organization.
Right.
And they believe that allows them the right to disrupt your privacy.